Hello, and welcome to this HelloID provisioning product release video for February 2022. HelloID provisioning is a 100% born-in-the-cloud, easy-to-configure and maintain user provisioning solution. It helps organizations to fully automate the user lifecycle management in the network by connecting the HR or SIS as a source system. Every change in this source is detected and processed into the network. No more worries about stale user accounts, accumulation of licenses or access rights, manual user management, or compliancy issues. Please note that in this video, we will only show the new functionalities for the February 2022 release. Please go to docs.helloid.com or our YouTube channel for more videos. Let's get started. In this video, we'd like to start with a PowerPoint presentation and then demo the new functionalities for the February 2022 release. We have two new items in this release. First, merge multi-persons into a single person. With this new feature, we have taken the first step in the process of merging duplicate persons into one, in which the merged duplicate person will act as a single person within the HelloID provisioning. The second item is to unmerge the merged person. With the introduction to merge multi-persons into a single person, we also have the functionality to unmerge a multi-person back into separate persons, in case the multi-person merge was not performed correctly or the specific persons should be treated as separate persons within the HelloID provisioning process. Let's show you how these new features work in detail in the following demo. With this new feature, we have also changed a minor thing regarding the snapshot button. If you look over here, in the source system, the behavior of this button in the previous versions was triggering a toast message at the bottom of the screen with no indication of where the state of the snapshot would be. With this release, we no longer have a toaster message, but we have a hover over the button, so if you click on the Create New Snapshot button, you will see that the process is running. And when you hover over the button, you will see the current state of the snapshot. You will see the last time it ran, if it was completed successfully, or if it's still pending. Now, let's move over to the main feature of this release, which is to manually merge the multi-person into a single person, a feature we have introduced in the source menu item under the option Aggregation. From this screen, we can manage and configure the person aggregation configuration, in which you have control of the configuration, and you can select persons as leading persons or the person who should be merged underneath a person. Here is the person list, and this is basically the same list as is available on the person screen. You can select a person from over here, and then you see the selected person will automatically be the person that is selected as a leading person in this configuration. To merge, you have a list of other persons available. As an example, let's take Antonio. You can use drag and drop or simply use one of the plus icons to add the person. What will happen in this situation is that the contract of the merged person, in this case the contract of Antonio, will be merged under the identity of the person Abraham. This means Abraham will receive all the contracts that are also available to Antonio. So this is the leading person, and this is one of the merged persons underneath the leading person. At the moment, we have a pending merge, and that is because the screen acts as a relation field. So you select the person, and under the selected person, you can select one or more other persons to be merged. But before they can be merged, we first have to apply the configuration. Once you apply it, there is another step to take, but before you continue, we would like to show you something else on this screen. As you can see, the two persons have a pending status, and if you select Antonio, for example, you will see that all of Antonio's contracts will be added to Abraham's, and it will also only occur once a new Vault snapshot has been created. So it's crucial to create a new snapshot before the merge takes place. There's another reason why Antonio was chosen in this example. If you look at some detailed information about Abraham, you can see that the current manager of Abraham is the person record of Antonio. So this will be used as an example to show what will happen by a merge of contracts with a primary contract determination and perhaps the related manager calculation in this process. Let's move over to the screen. We already applied the merge, so the next step is to create a new snapshot. Once the new snapshot is created, you can see that the status of this merge is changed from pending into merged. This also means that there is no Antonio present in the person list anymore. He is gone since he is now merged underneath Abraham. When we check Abraham, you can see that Abraham is now a merged person. When we open up the details, the first thing we see is that the manager has been changed, which is because of a hierarchy system coming from the source system we used. This happened because of the merge of the contracts. In the contract information, you can see that we have the merged contracts. Those are merged from the other person, and we have the current contracts. You can also see that the new primary is based on a merged contract which is related to another manager, so that's the reason why the manager has been changed. Another detail, if we go to our source system, then go to the snapshot, you can see here that we didn't have any aggregated identities in the snapshot at the beginning of the demo. We started to configure, selected Abraham and Antonio to be merged. And from this step, you can see that once you have an aggregation in place, one of the persons has been aggregated. There are also some updates, which you can see over here, and that's because when we merge the persons, some things changed in the vault. One of these is the indication that a merge for a person has taken place. You can see that Antonio has been merged by this indicator, and if we check the results for Abraham, you can see that for Abraham, the manager changed, and the contracts have been added. The contracts that have been added were coming from Antonio. You can of course see the details in here by opening one of the information icons so you can see contract information. We'll go back to the main screen and the aggregation configuration, and this is basically all for the merge. Of course, you can merge multiple persons within a single person, so multiple persons can be added. And something else you can do is trigger the next step, which is to undo a merge. This can be useful when the wrong person has been selected for merging, or perhaps the identities of person records from different sources should be treated as a single person within HelloID, so you do not want to merge those together. You can select an unmerge by dragging and dropping to the back side of the screen or by clicking the red trash can icon. You can see some similar steps here. It's a pending unmerge, which is because the unmerging will take place upon the creation of a new snapshot. To achieve this, we first have to apply the configuration change, and then we can create a new snapshot. Once we have created the new snapshot, the persons will be unmerged and recreated as single persons. So we still have the personal records of Abraham and Antonio back as well. The snapshot screen now has some new information. You can see that there are no aggregated persons anymore because we broke the relationship and the updates are now still the same. If we check the details, we can see that Antonio has been added. Abraham has been changed, and that is because of the unmerge, so the contract fields of Antonio were removed from Abraham and returned to Antonio. Similarly, the manager has also returned to as it was before. There is an additional remark on the snapshot screen. Once a person is removed from the stores, this person will not automatically be removed from the vault. There is a little retention policy in place which notices behavioral changes if a person is removed. Now we have the total amount of snapshots limited to 5. So if there is a return of a person within 5 snapshots, he will get back as an existing person without the creation of a new person. There is also a minor remark on the merge. If 2 duplicate persons get merged into a single person, and there are already entitlements being granted to both persons, we will automatically unmanage all the granted entitlements for the person merged. So the leading person will stay intact, and for the merged persons underneath the leading persons, the entitlements will be unmanaged. We will not revoke them, but leave them in place inside the network, and HelloID will only revoke those entitlements from the vault. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know if you have any additional questions. You can post your questions in YouTube or send it to isupport@toolsforever.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive frequent updates about improvements and changes in HelloID. Have a wonderful day.